This is Luke. He came from the streets of Romania. No cape, no powers, just courage. Rescued, rehomed, and now reborn. Behind those eyes is a story of survival. And in front of the lens, a hero in training. He's not just a good boy, he's Luke, the Avenger dog. And this is just the beginning.
Shooting this video wasn't easy because I shoot on a Sony A7III and I wanted to use a flat profile. Now I went through some like S-Log2 and S-Log2 and I never even tried to use it because on an 8-bit camera it's difficult to stretch the colors. You get color bendings and then it becomes terrible. So what I decided in this video is to use the S-Log2. Another reason why it's not easy to make this video is because just right under me here we have our new introduction to the channel, this beautiful thing, this beautiful dog that I love so much. His name is Luke, and the story in the video that you saw at the intro is actually real. Luke has been rescued in Romania and has been brought here in UK, and he's the most adorable thing on the planet. And I can't be happier that we managed to adopt Luke. And he's so cute, he's beautiful. You can get back to sleep, sorry, I just had to introduce you to the people. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to use a flat profile is that sometimes I want to get more cinematic videos. And it's not easy to do it on a camera which has 8-bit colors. Many people do it, I did it at the intro, and to be honest, it wasn't even that bad. But the headache of exposing the S-Log2 and color grading it is unbelievable. Nonetheless, the A7III is still a beautiful camera, especially for photos, but you can get really nice videos and you can get great cinematic videos if you expose it right. Right, what I mean by that? First of all, to expose it good, you need at least a monitor. I don't have a monitor. Now that's the catch, because I use my iPhone here. And there is this app called Monitor Plus, which allows you over here, allows you to basically connect to the camera and use all sorts of things, including the false color. And I'm going to show you now on the screen a video where I basically can show you the result and the false color while it's playing. And like you can see that there is a range where I try to get it around the gray area and not over that. Especially if I see some yellow area, I underexpose it. Now how I did this is with the help of an ND filter. So ND filters are basically sunglasses for your camera. What I did is to set the ISO at a minimum. When you shoot in a flat profile, you can only use the 800 ISO. And set the aperture on something like 2.8 or 2.5 because I want a nice shallow depth of field, but I still want Luke in this case to be in focus, especially around his eyes. That's when on the Sony A7III I choose to autofocus on animals and not humans. I then left the shutter speed on 50. Why 50 is because I shot the video on 25 FPS, so the rule is that you have to use a shutter speed of double the FPS to get a nice motion blur. Now when all this comes together, I had to only adjust the ND filter. So by rotating the ND filter, you can get the shot brighter or darker without having to change anything else. So once you get the exposure right, I can show you how I edited the video. Okay, so this is the timeline that I used. I self-learned everything, so this is not necessarily the best way of editing these videos with the S-Log2, but you know, by any means, if you have better suggestions, why not? So what I start with is well, in this case I started with an adjustment layer across the entire video with just a crop. Basically, in the new Premiere Pro you would have the crop top and the crop bottom. I set it 12, so basically those are the cinematic bars. You can see them here. This is the footage as it is in the S-Log2. Actually, let me deactivate all of this so you don't get crazy about it. So this is how I exposed it, and it has to be between 1.7 and 2.0, but sometimes even the camera was blinking saying that I was going over the 2.0, although the footage is quite flat and looks nice to me. What I do first is, of course, I can show you now here. You can see on the right side some clips have, like this one, some basic correction of the light. After that I would start with a middle adjustment layer here, and this is where I add my I have a preset called S-Log2, which I have it in here. But what it is, basically this one, what it is essentially I have some conversion LUTs that goes from S-Log2 to Rec 709. Right now you can see that the video is a bit too bright. That's why I start with a middle adjustment layer, because under there I'm going to use another adjustment layer, which is going to basically bring down the brightness and adjust a bit of contrast, highlights, shadows and whites. That's it. That's all I do here. And the top adjustment layer then has to be the cinematic style. The basic correction, you can see there's nothing here, but I got some stuff in the creative one. So I use the Matti. I don't know if you know the channel, YouTube channel Matti Apoya or something like that. And what I used here is the cinematic subdo teal and orange, which he converts it to this. It's just to add a little, you know, teal and orange look to the footage, so like a bit of cinematic style. So this is how I edited my S-Log2 footage. So to recap everything, a bottom layer, well actually I started with the middle layer, adding the correction of the Rec 709. Then there is the bottom layer for the light adjustment, this one, and then the top layer for the cinematic style. So yeah, this video is just essentially for people who are struggling to use the S-Log2 and wants to use it. And I really thank you guys for following until now the video, and if I've been helpful even just a little bit, please let me know in the comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.